Hello. Uh, I know I'm late, but we have our Datamine for October 2022 out. We have a lot of pairs. We have a lot of pairs to cover, and I believe all of you guys actually seen the pairs already. So I'm just gonna go through the best points or the best things about each pair, and I'm going to tell you if I'm gonna scout it or if you should scout it. So, chronological order. I don't like that word. Starting off with Sinus Wardy and Mega Gardevoir, I just got him 3 out of 5, 6-star EX, and he is amazing. Well, and also, I'm not gonna cover through the singlets. You can do that yourself. I'm gonna go through the basic kit, and because the singlets are basically things setting up from 1 to 5 onwards. One highlight is Fairy Wish, which is really rare, and if you want to buff your fairy types, you can go for Fairy Wish. Also, if those stages have zones, you can also replace it with Fairy Wish. Beedizing Beam as well, lowering special attack and attack by 4, and also lowering the target's fairy type rebuff by 1 rank, which is extremely good. This body move is really good actually. But the downside to this is actually you have to Mega Evolve your Pokemon. It can be any Pokemon. It can be like your Signature Cynthia, Mega Lucario, Mega Sableye, Mega Swampert, Mega Sceptile. Whoops, no Mega Sceptile. So you have to Mega Evolve a Pokemon. And the best way to do that is actually to Mega Evolve a Gardevoir. But if you're using Gardevoir as a support or a texting pair, just to like Disarming Voice, Gobsmack for the confusion, Fairy Wish, setting up a zone, basically you won't Mega Evolve your Gardevoir, which is rather downside. And that's why I'm 6-star EX Wadi to like, if I'm really going to use Bead as Sync Beam, I'm going to sync with Wadi first turn. The first sync move goes to Wadi, and the second sync move will go to Summer Marnie. So that's how I would use it. Yes, Gobsmack for Confusion is actually really good to pair up with a Foul Fighting Marnie. And Head Start 1 and Head Start 2 giving you a sync move countdown, which is really good as well. And team speed entry, not too sure why this is the thing, but better than none. Also to mention, 621 special attack is extremely good. Even the Disarming Voice is doing quite a decent amount of damage, especially on type. Off type can still do a lot. I did like 72k to Latios, 30k damage from Summer Marnie, single damage, 28k damage from like Sinus Ori. I think zones should always be put in first priority in this day and age. In the past, maybe you could say it's okay, but I feel like zones are really necessary because there are some stages that you really cannot beat, or you have a really hard time beating without a zone. For example, Phoebe. So yeah, really suggest you to get Wadi. Next thing I want to take a look at is the Gator Gym Leaders, which is Gordy and Colosso. Big shout out to Tarshot, a move that literally no one uses and no one remembers. Basically lowers the speed and lowers the target's fire type rebuff by 1 rank. Fire types are already really good with Sun support, with N, Sinus May, Sinus Red, really good units already. Adding on with Tarshot makes fire moves even stronger. Besides, we have Hot to the Touch 4, mixing the opposing burn, which personally I don't think really matters. Post haste is really good, and Hunter's Instinct. So you can do this as a tank, kind of like a tank. You can do this as a support to lower the fire type rebuff, Flame Charge to increase the speed, Rock Tomb to lower the speed. Another thing is you can set up Sun for a fire type. For the fire types, GMS Volcalith can set up a Stealth Rock field, which can do a rock damage field effect, which is really good as well. Since Gordy is a spotlight unit, obviously I won't recommend you to scout for it. But if you get Gordy in future scouts, Gordy can be a really decent rock type attacker, but also can be a really good fire type support, setting up Sun and setting up a Tarshot. Of course, don't scout for him yet. Wait until you get a bit luckier in those scouts. Next up is Melanie. Melanie is Melanie. and Lapras. Melody and Lapras, one thing special is setting up dual screens with GMAX Resonance. GMAX Resonance setting up Light Screen and Reflect. You got Persisting Shield 5 and Persisting Barrier 5, extending the screens, i.e. like clay. We also got Persisting Immunity 5, increasing the duration of Safeguard. Which, Safeguard is okay, but dual screens are really, really good. But you have to type your GMAX Resonance really carefully. The other thing everyone likes is Sleep Chain. I really don't like Sleep Chain, but many people love to do Sleep Chain because it's basically easy. Sleep Chain. So, you can use Melody in 2 different ways. Either set up screens, be a really decent tank. I think it's a really good tank, actually. You can also try to do a Sleep Chain, which these two, GMAX Resonance and Sing, both apply to Melody, which I really like it. I really like this pair. Dual screens or Sing, either one. But I'm really not a fan of Sleep Chain. But if you really love Sleep Chain, or if you want to practice Sleep Chain, or you rely on Sleep Chain all the time, maybe as an emergency, you might want to scout for her. For me, I won't recommend. But if you're like a huge Sleep Chain fan, if you really rely on Sleep Chain to win battles, go for Melody. Otherwise, I won't recommend. Next is going to be Victor and Rillaboom. Victor and Rillaboom is the grass type starter of Gator with one of the best passive skills, Pleasing Blows, ignoring everything. Busted. We got the Drum Beating, High Horsepower. We've got GMAX Drum Solo and a Max Quake. Max Quake raises special defense by 2 stages. GMAX Drum Solo is a move that ignores everything. And besides, you can have targets maxed. Max move hits everyone, which is extremely crazy. Of course, if you set up a grassy terrain for Rillaboom, it's going to be even stronger. Or if you set up a ground zone, High Horsepower is going to be really strong. I would say it really depends on what grass types you use, because Brendan and Sinister Erica are both physical grass types. Who else? Grass types. Sinister Lyra is special actually, but Grassy Glide is physical. We've got Costume Sonia, physical. Erica is special. What other grass types are there? I'm just trying to think of grass types of this game. But like what I want to say is there are a lot of physical grass types, which do you really need another physical grass type? If you really need, such as not getting Brendan, not having singles Erica like me, maybe you could consider getting a, in the long run, extremely good grass type. I would say depends on your roster. Maybe you want to have them, or maybe if you haven't, EX Brendan, you don't have singles Erica, don't have Cosm Sonia. Like, what are some other? Let me just quickly go check. Let me just quickly check. Grass. So like grass types. Oh, Celine, Mallow. Basically, we have some really weird, because besides Sycamore and Costume Rosa, Celine, Rillaboom, Serena, Executor, Leafeon, and Brendan are all physical. So like, do you really need another physical? Depends on you. And of course, if you're a huge fan of Rillaboom, go for him. I love Rillaboom. Rillaboom's the best Gator starter, but I'm not going for him. Let's take a look at the trainer lodge of Raihan and Gigalith. Yep, Dragon type Master has a Rock type. Who cares? Sand Summoner as Atmospheric Acceleration 2 and Endurance. We've got Iron Defense, X-Reagent all. Shake things up. So yeah, boosting defense is really good. Raising attack and special attack for the allies is really good as well. X-Reagent all, doing some minor healing every turn. I think actually Gigalith is decent. I can't say it's really good. Of course, it's only a 4-star. So that's why it's not like extremely busted. And you have to get Raihan, OG Raihan, to get this pair. Which not everyone has OG Raihan. So it's a bit of a trade-up. And you can get this for free if you have OG Raihan. So I'm not going to comment too much. If you get OG Raihan, eventually you'll get Gigalith. 3 more pairs to go. We're going to start off with Iris and Naganador. Naganador is the Ultra Beast evolved from Poipole, Gen 7 Poison Dragon type. With one big thing, Poison Wish, as I just said with Singawati. Wishes / zones are extremely good to boost your allies. Poison Wish. Unfortunately, we have some really limited poison types. The best poison type in the game is not a poison type. Similar to Giovanni, Poison Jab. But of course, you can also help out Sinister Giovanni. I usually pair Sinister Giovanni with Hilbert and Alistair to like get a poison up and max ooze. But for Poison Wish, you can probably just rely on Sinister Giovanni to one-shot whoever. Such as the Ludicolo, such as the Togekiss. Acid, you can poison the opposing. 30% chance to poison the opposing, which is really good, and you need it for Cynthia and Wallace. Hyper Beam, of course, is always a very strong move. Poison type Hyper Beam. And yeah, I think this is more like a tech. So like more like a support. And so like you can use Iris to attack, but I would say she's more like a type that would support your poison type sync pairs, such as Koga, Giovanni, setting up Poison Wish, for example, and even Sycamore and Bulbasaur. Some people would like to use Sycamore and Bulbasaur for opposing types. But yeah, I think this is more like a tech, not really for an attacking unit. I would say go for her because of Poison Wish, but if you really don't care about Poison Wish, or you really don't have good poison types and you don't use poison type attacks for poison stages, get rid of it. Alistair and Gordy. We have so many Gator units. We've got Alistair, Gordy, Melody, Raihan, and Victor. Jeez. Alistair and Gorgas, a very interesting pair. On page seems like bad, but when I go through detail on myself, this is really good actually. Raises critical hit rate of all Alex teammates by 3-star ranks. This is something I've been waiting for a very long time. Because usually 2 out of 2 die hits plus all, you can raise critical hit rate to the max by using 2 moves. Wait for it only requires 1 MP, which is busted. Really good. Extremely good. Besides, we have got Trick or Treat, which lowers the target's ghost type rebuff by 1 rank. But if I'm like, yeah, you can only probably use Trick or Treat Trick or Treat twice. So max ghost type rebuff by 1 rank by 2 ranks. And we got X defense all as well, which is really good. We've got Natural Remedy, Revenge Boost 9, First Aid 4, and Hex. I think the best thing about this unit is actually wait for it to like add effects. I forgot what the effects are, but anyway, the best thing is effects and raising critical hit rate. I think this is really good. But of course, there are better support units such as Cynthia. Cynthia doesn't need an MP. Constantly doesn't need an MP to do that. Go for 3 Astonishes. Go for 3 Vacuum Waves. You get to max crit instantly. But I feel like Alistair is worth your gems. Solely for this trainer move. And of course, Trick or Treat is also really good because to rebuff the ghost type target. Lower the target's ghost type rebuff. Again, we have many ghost types already. Annie Lily, we got Cynthia, Morty, Alistair, Fantina. I think it's a Karina, really good ghost type units as well. Really depends on the roster, first of all, and second of all, do you think wait for it is worth it or not? Because I think it's really good. Maybe you don't. Depends on your roster again. And of course, we have the free unit Hex Maniac and Haunter, a very niche ghost type, but of course, it's free 3-star. That's why it's not that good. But how you should try to use her is to Lick, Paralyze, and then go for Shadow Ball. Nothing much to comment because it's a free unit. Get him, no, get her. There's no reason to skip her. I think that covers up the Stingpress that it's in the Datamine. I would say go for Wally and go for Iris for the zones. Skip the spotlights. Also, favorite better than meta. But again, zones and buddy moves are really, really good. I really suggest you to go for the zones. Of course, if Rillaboom really makes you shine, or you're liking grass type, go for Rillaboom. And Alistair depends on how many ghost types you have. Do you think Wait for It is a good training move? So yeah, I think that's it for the video. Hope this helps you choose the Stingpress you want to scout for. And that's it.